Assalamu
Okay.
alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa
Thank you so much
barakatuh.
for a very enlightening and important presentation. And thank you, Huwaida, for making this available. I have a question about, you mentioned it about who they, the kids are around in the environment of the circle of friends. But there's cases which is happening, and we see that, all of a sudden somebody gets out of the closet, their best friend, whom they have been friends for years, and all of a sudden identifies as gay or lesbian. And then the parents are in a dilemma, telling the child to, I think you got what I mean. How do you deal with these cases?
So I'm going to tell you how I would encourage people to deal with it. It doesn't mean that people are going to like my answer. And I know that because I've already gotten, some people did not like my answer when I shared it before. I am focusing on the reality that our children are growing up in the West, in the US, and they are going to have coworkers, they're going to have colleagues, they're going to have they're going to interact with people who identify as, gay and lesbians throughout their life living in the US. So my invitation is that I don't tell my child, you're not going to be their friend anymore. I do not recommend that at all. I recommend that I sit with my child and say, okay, so what's your understanding of what's happening? What's your understanding of our Islamic point of view on this particular issue? Where do you think the boundaries need to be between you and your friend now that you know that he's coming out as gay? Yani, for example, if it's my son, okay, and he has a friend who came out as gay, what am I going to be worried about, me as a parent? I'm going to be worried about that his friend is going to hit on him and maybe tempt him to actually be his gay friend and engage in a haram relationship. That would be my worry as a parent. So I'm going to sit with him, like I said earlier about the teaching moment. I'm going to have that teaching moment. Hey, Habibi, okay, your friend now came out as gay. I am worried about this. I'll be very open with my son. I will say to him, okay, I'm very worried that maybe he is going to like you and he wants to hit on you and wants to have a sexual relationship with you. I'll be very open with by the way, I'm encouraging all of you to be very open and direct with your children. Don't beat around the bush. Okay? If you're worried about something, be clear about what you're worried about. And I'll tell you from my work with all these young people out there, they understand the boundary between, oh, my friend is gay, but I know how to actually be careful. I know the boundary that I'm not going to be his gay friend, or I'm not going to have a sexual relationship with him. They know that, our young people, they do know it. So, so my response or my answer to your question: teaching moment, conversation, discussion, understand what does the child understand. I'm not going to invite the child to cut off the relationship with his friend. However, I'm going to say something. If you are feeling uncomfortable with your friend right now, if he's not treating you, if he's not respecting the boundary with you, then you need to do something about it. Maybe you need to distance yourself from him. But from my observation of our young people who are dealing with people who identify as lesbian and gay in their schools or college or work, they actually know how to deal with them way better than what the parents are thinking. And it's not as bad as what the parents are thinking. Actually, our young people are hiding from their parents that they have friends who identify as gay and lesbian, just because they know that their parents are not going to be open to having discussions with them about this issue.
Yeah, thank you. And I don't want to take the floor just me being asking questions, but it is not, in some cases, it's not as simple as just that. What if they want to say, like, there is parades for the gay and there is support for the gay and there is, because in general, majority of them, or if not all of them, they are very nice people, respectful people on a personal level. which kids, and I'm talking about teenagers specifically, I'm not talking about adult. You know, you could form relations and you would love to form relations. And so, as I said, you know, these are my fears more than the fear of them, you know, being engaged in these acts.
So thank you for sharing this. And, you know, someone the other day I was at a luncheon, and the reality of the situation is our young people in our community are much more open to the rights of gay people who identify as gay and lesbians than, you know, the parent generation. Way more open. Yes, it's true. This is what's happening, and this is why we need to have a conversation at home, in the family, to have a discussion about what they think and what we think. And even among the parent generation, you're going to have people who have different opinions about all this stuff. So it goes back to the family, and, you know, what they actually think is more important, and what they want to, you know, what they want to do with it. So, and every person is going to go through their own journey.